Well, hello everyone, and good early Friday morning to you all. My goodness, we are running with endurance the race set before us, Hebrews 12:1. And my friends, we are nearly there, approaching a beautiful, much needed, well-deserved Thanksgiving break, coming just when we need it at what feels like mile 22 of the first semester marathon. Am I right? I pray that this Friday serves as a lovely and uplifting last day with your students before a 9-day break from our typical daily teaching and learning race, if you will. And as we mentally prepare to enjoy our break before returning for a strong finish to our semester one race, I want to take a few moments to share with you how thankful I am for each of you individually, how thankful I am for your phenomenal department teams, and how thankful I am for the exceptional work that we've accomplished together this semester when it comes to our 24-25 academic initiatives. And this morning, I specifically want to remind you about what we've accomplished so far together this year, as well as share with you about how we'll continue to build upon that great work moving forward. So, as you recall, our academic initiatives this year narrowly target curriculum alignment within the broader context of effective professional development, both of these initiatives stemming from our recent WASC visit. And in case you were dying to remember, our specific WASC goal is to assess professional development needs by gathering feedback through various channels, and then to use that feedback to design targeted professional learning sessions for OLDs, PLCs, and induction while considering the varying tenure of teachers, the unique needs of departments, and the strategic use of outside resources. You'll also recall that we kind of hit the ground running on this. And through our various department chair one on one sessions with myself last year, as well as department based OLD and PLC settings last year, we did intentionally gather teacher feedback through various channels to inform the future implementation of our professional development offerings. And you might remember that your feedback revealed the key takeaways that you see listed here. You want relevant workshops for OLDs. You wanted time for curriculum alignment per our WASC goal. You wanted additional time for department collaboration and department specific PD. And you also wanted some personalized options for your own professional development. In August, I shared with you that over the summer, we worked to articulate just a really simple three-pronged approach with a corresponding visual to show you how those key takeaways are now intentionally integrated into our ongoing Korean Lutheran Professional Development Program. And so, broadly speaking, our online learning days fulfill our need for school-wide fellowship and school-wide academic initiatives. This year, our OLDs include full faculty PD sessions dedicated to our curriculum initiative and vertical alignment in particular. We just wrapped that up, as well as to workshops that were selected based on your feedback about what you would like to learn more about in last May's online learning day survey. Our PLCs then fulfill the need for increased department time, both to fellowship and to work on department based initiatives of your choice. And including today and our last PLC of semester one on December 6th, you will have completed 12 collaborative work sessions designed to help you achieve those department specific SMART goals. So, very exciting for your department. And then finally, our professional growth plan fulfills our need for personalized professional growth throughout each school year. Specifically, your personalized professional growth plan includes one on one connection time with your department chair throughout the year and also offers personalized development experiences to support whatever your particular SMART goal is in whatever way is best going to suit your particular needs. And so that's our three-pronged systematic approach to professional development here at Korean Lutheran. Now, in August, you might remember that I shared with you this really uplifting metaphor describing our teaching practice as a rotting ship out at sea that, because of the demands placed on it, is in need of continuous improvement. And we talked about how the wise sailor, the wise teacher, the wise administrator understands that we need to keep the whole ship working but to focus our attention on one particular plank at a time for more serious work and repair. Then we can use that plank for solid footing as we move on to other planks. And by doing this, we gradually begin to stabilize our ship in a doable, sustainable way. And so, our overarching approach to professional development here at Crane is to balance the time, effort, and energy that we pour into our daily practice with an intentional focus on professional growth in key areas so that we can realistically steer our ship while continuously improving it as we collectively endeavor to glorify Jesus Christ through excellence in education. So, with that one plank at a time philosophy in mind, this year, related to vertical alignment in particular, we set out to articulate a doable, useful, school wide threshold of vertical alignment that is consistent across departments as the first phase in a multi phase action plan toward the ultimate goal of school wide coherence or a comprehensive and sequential curriculum that's articulated within and across grade levels and documented in an understandable way. And here is where I really want to highlight and celebrate and thank you all for the remarkable work that you've accomplished in this regard. So far, we've worked to develop a shared understanding of basically the backbone of essential knowledge and skills that you want students to develop as they progress through your various department course pathways. Specifically, we've articulated our desired learning results within our departments by identifying and describing essential standards that focus our work across courses and grade levels. For each enduring standard, we've articulated learning progressions or the typical developmental sequence of knowledge and skills for each standard so that we have a shared understanding of what most students should know and be able to do at each particular course or grade level as they move through our respective course pathways. And finally, we've identified existing common anchor assessments that measure key aspects of the learning progression anchored to each particular standard. And we do that to ensure that our overall department assessment plans are really anchored to the enduring standards that we've selected and unpacked. And why do we care about assessment? Well, as good old John Wooden says, I know Coach Rouse is going to like my reference here. We haven't taught until they've learned, right? We can spend time identifying standards, describing learning progressions, and using that information to hone our teaching, but our efforts are in vain if they don't actually impact student learning. And we don't know whether they're impacting student learning unless we assess what students know and then use that feedback to inform our practice. And so we're engaging in all of this good work because taking the time to do this to further strengthen our vertical and horizontal alignment, it yields really important benefits. From addressing gaps in teaching to reducing unnecessary repetition to making knowledge more meaningful and coherent for our students when we're all referring to particular skill sets with the same language and showing students how learning builds upon itself. Vertical alignment also really helps us set clear expectations for ourselves as teachers, as well as for what our students are going to learn. It sparks professional growth and it helps us make decisions as a department faster when we each have a good sense of what each other is doing as students progress from the beginning of our courses to the end of our courses. And all of that works together again to provide coherent student learning experiences. Help students clearly understand how each stop along their Crean Lutheran journey really builds upon their previous learning and prepares them for the future. So, again, thank you so much for the remarkable work that you have done in that regard. So, what's next for us, my friends? Once your department has completed this year's goals, you are more than welcome to relax in the satisfaction of a job well done when it comes to our school-wide initiative. Moving forward, we'll continue working as needed to update and refine any of our identified common anchor assessments so that their implementation will yield useful student data to inform our subsequent teaching and learning. And then once those assessments are being implemented, we'll just be working with department chairs to look at doable, useful ways for you to calibrate and reflect on those assessments and student work moving forward so that we can be using that student data to inform our practice. Then, as our vertical backbone is solidified, we'll be shifting our school-wide focus from vertical alignment to horizontal alignment, which will include ensuring horizontal alignment of the vertical structures that you just worked to articulate. So specifically, we'll be able to ensure that an updated curriculum map exists for each course, and we'll also be able to integrate our recently articulated vertical components into those course maps as needed to ensure that our enduring standards, key portions of our learning progressions that we articulated, and corresponding common anchor assessments are targeted within the curriculum of each of those courses at each level so that course-alike teachers also can be implementing them in the same ways. We also need a cost-effective, relevant, user-friendly home, if you will, for all of the great work that you're articulating when it comes to our curriculum initiative. And so, moving forward, a key component of our horizontal alignment work will also be adopting a Crean Lutheran curriculum management system. So, we will be moving away from the Atlas curriculum management system that we're currently using toward a personalized Crean Lutheran curriculum management system. Let me tell you briefly about that, and then I will excuse you to enjoy your PLC time together this morning. So between January and August, we are going to discontinue the use of Atlas and adopt a personalized Korean Lutheran curriculum management system that's going to be housed in Google Drive and presided over by the academic team. The academic team is responsible for the transfer of information from Atlas into this new system. So we have set aside time in our own schedules. Give a big shout out and a big thank you to the fabulous Mrs. Moyer and Mr. Fisher anytime you see them. We decided that as a team, we want to take that tedious transfer work off of your plate so that you can really hit the ground running when we pick up with this work in August and do the fun work of actually analyzing what's in there and making improvements as necessary. So we are switching from Atlas to a personalized system. The academic team is the team that's going to be responsible for the transfer of information. So you don't need to worry about that particular piece. All right. So why are we doing this? Moving to a personalized system provides you with a greater value and the school with a lower cost. We're currently spending over $5,000 annually on the Atlas system that we are infrequently using, and we're also underutilizing. We're not utilizing all of Atlas's features. Additionally, we've received lots of different feedback that Atlas does not feel the most relevant to you as teachers and that it doesn't necessarily lend itself very well to collaboration around curriculum. So it's our goal in creating a Korean Lutheran personalized system to also provide you with a relevant and user-friendly system that's going to actually support your collaborative work. Okay? So how are we going to do this and what exactly are we going to do? Interestingly, our Atlas contract runs from January to January, unlike most contracts which run from July to July. So that means that we are set to lose access to Atlas on December the 31st. So happy New Year to you. You don't ever have to go in there again after December 31st. Knowing that, we have already downloaded all of the unit maps for all existing courses articulated in Atlas, and we have those as Microsoft Word documents, okay? The academic team is going to use January to solidify the details of our new Crane Lutheran system, and we're going to do that by eliciting cycles of feedback from you as teachers. We want to make sure that we're designing something that actually makes sense for you and that does feel user-friendly and collaborative. So more to come on that through your department meetings in the month of January. Then, once we solidify our system and build out the templates, from February to July, our academic team will engage in the curriculum transfer so that in August of 2025, we can really hit the ground running as a school with the horizontal alignment component of our overarching curriculum initiative. So, why am I telling you all of this right now? Because for any of you who would like to go back into Atlas, maybe for nostalgia purposes, or also because you might want to just take a look at what exists in there. I wanted to give you the opportunity to do that. So you are welcome to go into Atlas anytime between now and December the 31st when we lose access. And I want to show you specifically, I'm just sharing my screen with you here, what we have captured out of Atlas on your behalf. So I am in exploratory art right now as an example. And you'll see that when you log into Atlas, you have that initial pacing chart there. This is one thing that was not downloaded when we downloaded the unit materials out of your particular courses. So if for any reason you desire a visual picture of this to be saved for yourself, you can simply go into Atlas, and if you click Command P, that's what I just clicked, it will allow you to save that as a PDF, and then you can print that out for yourself. Okay, what we have downloaded for you for each of the courses that are articulated in Atlas is all of the unit planning information. So for instance, if I go into the line unit, all of this information has already been downloaded on your behalf and it exists in Microsoft Word format. And this is the information that we'll be transferring over into our new system. I did want to draw your attention to stage two. As I looked through Atlas in terms of as a school, what do we have articulated in there? Many courses have articulated stage one, the desired results. Very few courses have articulated stage two, evidence of learning by assessment. But if you are one of the courses that has articulated evidence of learning by assessment, I also wanted to show you one more thing that you might want to download out of Atlas to save for yourself. So if you're a department or a course that has input in actual assessment as well as listed the state standards assessed on that test, what you can do is just click open the list of standards down at the bottom here. Again, this is under stage two, evidence of learning by assessment. And here, again, you can just click Command P and that will capture the whole unit map for you. And the information that you might be super interested in is just the list of standards assessed in that particular unit assessment down at the bottom. So if you would like to capture that information for yourself, this has not been downloaded out of Atlas, the stage two portion. Only the stage one portion has been downloaded out of Atlas. So one more time, again, if you're interested in capturing any sort of stage two information, you can click open the list of standards, Command P, save that as a PDF and print that out for yourself. And if you're interested in that visual representation of your course, where did it go? You guys remember what it looks like. It's basically just that picture of that course pacing guide. You can also Command P, save a PDF, and print that out for yourself as well. So thank you so much for your time this morning. If you would like to go into Atlas and look at anything, our upcoming November work days would be a wonderful time to do that for yourself. But again, you have access all the way until the end of December 31st if you want to go in and say a quick farewell to this particular or this curriculum management system. We're very excited to move forward with a more personalized, relevant system for you coming up. So thank you all again so much for the excellent work you've accomplished this semester. I appreciate you, and I am so thankful to serve alongside you in this wonderful place. I pray God's richest blessings on your day and on your well-deserved Thanksgiving break, and I look forward to seeing all of you back as we begin to celebrate Christmas. Have a wonderful day.